We may be the first kith in centuries to set foot in this place. Hopefully, we will live to tell someone about it.
Suppose it can't be helped.
Extinguished or crushed. Us all, Defiler. You are not mistaken. I am but one of Margaren's elite champions, birthed from her flames, soon reunited in glory. Damned Reaper of souls and God of lies, Margaren's most foul enemy. Servants of the Defiler God, damn you!
It is so quiet. How many has Aethys killed passing through here?
Happily. I'll try my best. Hope that helps. Well, if
What
you
a
insist.
glorious haul.
Indeed.
Kith trespasses in the goddess's maw? But how? You must seek to follow in your Defiler god's footsteps. You will not, for I will smite you where you stand!
Hold, Sega! I would speak to this filthy minion of the wretched god Aethys, before you char her bones to dust. Ha! You think to confront an embodied god? Then you are either powerful beyond comprehension, or as much a fool. Yet you imply you do not serve him.
Rakir, move! We cannot allow these intruders to live!
You would face us in battle rather than flee? I like your mettle. Kith who does not cower before Margaren's greatest warriors. We have not yet defeated the embodied god, but that does not mean we won't. The Drotiger is readying another assault from within the Jagged Keep as we speak. I will permit you to scamper closer to God's face, if you believe you can survive. Scurry deeper into the maw, but know that my brethren may squash you. Our duty is foremost to Margaret. We guard the maw to its fiery end. First, we recover the wounded and their weapons, drag them into the Jagged Keep. And then we will kill a god.
All who neared the intruder god were gutted until extinguished. You think your soul could last even half so long as Rathoon's?
Maybe the Kiths will last longer. Only Margaren's shrine with our jagged keep can lead you to the Defiler God. Kith, if Margaren wishes you to face him, surely she will fire the way. Segun, help me with the bodies, but this time gentle your grip.
It can't be helped, Rakir. These fallen are brittle.
Do these places always make such a fearful noise?
The volcano rolls in slumber, I say. We should not be here.
Did Aethys do this?
Could be a fight. Ha! That's it!
Worse and rough!
Absolutely.
I smell conflict in the air.
The Alpha Predator!
Stand together!
I got it.
That one felt stronger than the first.
It is not just the mountain that awakens. We disturb the fires of Margaren herself.
That smell. I hope it's just their cook burning the meat.
I never saw such creatures before joining your crew.
Who comes now to stoke the flames of chaos further? Have I not yet feasted enough? I suppose I can make room for another.
No, that can't be healthy. Just realized how lucky we are to have never run across a sewer dragon.
A curse on Ngati for giving me such tender, delicious flesh, I say.
We struck a deal eons ago. I did with a wily Brenthis. It's true these Rathoon fed me exquisitely for so long. But today, they sought my wings like a firestorm to battle. My fangs like hot spears to pierce a god. I am the heart of the fire. I cannot be controlled. Not by a giant's weak will, and not by a sputtering trinket. Your tongue is clever. It amuses me. You think to ride me, the great firestorm in the moor, to meet a blustering god. If the Rathoon could not tame me, why should a little wretch like you fare better? I shall tell you this much, if only to keep you from my wings. Your path to Aethys lies through Margren, through her shrine within the Rathoon's keep. Igniting Margren's shrine lowers it into the moor, so that a Brenthis may worship before the Ardra pillar. See? Why, I believe the Brenthis has the means you seek. A certain torque that she tried to wield against me. Sadly for her, its power could not hold a flame to mine. But as it was the Brenthis' last sacrificial offering to me, you understand why I shall not allow it to be stolen.
I smell conflict in the air.
That's it!
Too soon.
Stand together.
Behold me, mother!
Good thinking. Get us hurt!
Of course. At once. Happily.
I am burning! I am burning! I am burning! And it is not in pleasure, not for Mother Margaret. I should have listened when she said nothing. But I was willing to die to reach the Everflame, to sacrifice them and everything to ash, to vanquish the Defiler. And I am burning, but not in the flame. Not with honor and eternity, but for a moment. I am disgraced. Who will lay the talk before the mother to fire the way? Who is left? Who will guard the sacred spire, the mother's mind? Who will descend the shrine to the Defiler's god's face? Not to these hands that are ashes sifting on a breath that is a last sigh of a wretchedly snuffed life. Not to me and mine. Now she who was blackened and befouled and forsaken by the flames, forsaken by Margren.
Yes? Absolutely. Of course.
You spend your whole life thinking you're a giant. And one day that fella shows up at your fortress.
Scurriers in my keep! Make ready to be crushed, vermin of Eothas! You felled her? And her dragon? Then the Bathor will decide your fate. He awaits at the back of the keep.
Should move quickly.
Kith, how is it you have come to be here? Nay, it is of little matter. Your words hold no weight, Kith. Rathun decide their own battles. Think you could fell even one of my warriors? You may be right. Even one loss is a blow I cannot currently risk. Aethys deserves death, not words. The Defiler God has brought war to Ashen Moor in revenge against Margaret and her Rathun. What is your relation to Aethys, if not to act with him against Margaret? If you have no plans to defend the Defiler God, then we've no quarrel with you, Kith. We are prepared to assault Aethys at the base of the moor. The shrine will lower us to the sacred Ardra Pillar, where the embodied god now gluts himself. Even if I believed you, I cannot do such a thing. We guard the sacred depths of the moor. None may freely enter. Thus the shrine lies dormant, locked without the talk of Bethactin. Our High Priestess, the Brenthis, is the talk's rightful bearer, but she has yet to return to the keep. Then it is as I feared, and as I felt. Her flames have been extinguished. I do not share the Brenthis' ability to commune with Margaret, but I must believe the goddess would will us to fight. We must make a final stand. To die for Margaret is the greatest honor. We live only to protect the goddess, and to serve her will. And Margaret has obliterated Aethys before, has she not? I heard shouts of your triumph preceding you. It would seem you are unparalleled among your kind. And mine. What became of the Ancient? Jorda Fairless? Triumph will be nigh impossible without her.
For what do you look at me? Look to the captain, I say.
You will answer me, Kith, without trickery or lies. Impossible! A flame as bright as the Ancients cannot be so easily extinguished. I was a fool for trusting you! Have you any fathom of the doom you have wrought us? You shall explain, or forthwith perish on the end of my mace! The Ancients attacked them? The dragon could be fierce and unrelenting indeed, but I trusted the Brenthis' power would command the beast. How disturbing and unfortunate. She would have been a mighty ally against Aethys. We've no choice. Despite the odds, we'll attack without either's strength. If this is to be our last stand, we must prepare ourselves, either for victory or for sacrifice. Lest Margaret forsake us for our failures. You've earned the right to Fire Shrine with the talk of the Other Flame, but we cannot join you as yet in facing the Defiler. Kith. To die for Margaret is the greatest honor. Kith.
Watcher, the time does not allow for niceties. Even now, Aethys gains strength from the spire. What progress have you to report? Then they will burn to ash and return to the mud kiln from whence they came. Presently, I shall erupt this volcano, and with it, consume Aethys. I suggest you retreat if you at all value your mortal form. I formed the Rathun to serve, to ward against Kith in order to safeguard Ukaizo. Now they have served me. Their sacrifice is not without honor, as yours, too, will be. Fare thee on, Watcher. My condolences, should you die.
You're certain he wanted us all to come?
Watcher, I wasn't sure you'd make it. But there is enough of you in me to grasp that you had a better chance than most. Some would say it's because you have a strong soul. Great deeds come easily to one so spiritually blessed. Or have you become great because of what has been thrust upon you? Watcher of Cadnua, Herald of Berith, Hound of Aethys. You have done much in this life, it's true. But if it weren't for your past with Theos, with Iovara, you never would have come down this path. But you have come a great distance for answers. What would you ask of me, Watcher? You need to know? Or Berith? Or the gods? And it would seem even she whose presence shakes the heart of this mountain needs to know. Margarin fears what I will do, just as she feared what I would do in the Deerwood. But this time, there is no power on Eora or in all of hell to stop me. Understand that what I'm saying is neither a boast nor a challenge. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give you, give Berith, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others. Yes, I am sacrificing lives from this generation for the benefit of those who have not yet been born. The other gods may be willing to make similar sacrifices, but they will be in vain. I am going to force gods and mortals alike to open their eyes to one another, and all the powers of hell cannot drive me from this course. It seems my sister does not like the sound of that. I want to return the gods to our original purpose, and to allow mortals to worship us, or ignore us, for what we are, not what we pretend to be.
Whatever you're doing, there's gotta be a better way.
When I entered Widewin, I did so with the intention of illuminating the history of Anguith. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used to create ourselves, how we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built. Some minds can never let go of that foundation. They would rather hold tight to the world in their mind than accept what they're being told. I have not come to speak, to convince, to plead, but to break the foundations of belief itself, to extinguish the lights that maintain the illusions we have created. We took on the mantles of gods from legends, and in so doing, made real what was false, crafted truth from fiction. The time has come for a new covenant between gods and mortals. One forged in the light of truth and understanding between our kind. I will leave this place and go to the lost city the Huana call Ukaizo. It is there that all souls pass through the machines of the gods, where all souls pass into the beyond before beginning their next life. When I reach that place, I will find our great machines and tear them to pieces. I will smash the great wheel until the lights of hell all gutter and die. And when my work is done, I will leave this world forever.
More destruction. You're tearing the whole world apart because you can't make peace among yourselves.
Adair, there will never be peace among mortals, so long as they are unwittingly manipulated by the gods. The divine enslavement that Woodica reveres perpetuates ignorance, chaos, and violence across the world. I only wish to destroy the darkness that surrounds the gods, that you may better see us for what we are. I'm surprised Margarin is reacting this way. I would have thought she would appreciate a trial of this magnitude, one that tests us all. Both gods and mortals alike rely on the wheel. We depend on it for the souls that give us power. Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. Breaking it will force all of us to face the truth. We will fail together or move forward together. Either ending is preferable to the cycle we still find ourselves in. Once again, the gods have put you in a precarious position, Watcher. Considering all the troubles I have put you through, the least I can do is protect you from the wrath Magrin has intended for me. Perhaps I will have another opportunity to make amends. Until then, this will have to do. Brace yourself, Watcher.
Hey, Aethys. We're not done here. You and I, we're not finished. Don't think you can just move me aside like all the rest. Maybe you can't be stopped. But on behalf of everyone you trampled, betrayed, and ignored, I'll be coming to see you again.
Adair spits. In the surging heat, it never reaches the ground.
Perhaps we will meet again, Adair. Until then, take care of the Watcher.
Aethys' great hand floats away from the luminous Audra pillar. As it pulls back, for a brief moment you see a golden tether flash into existence between the pillar and the great Titan's back. When the Audra fingers gently cradle you, there is first a sensation of warmth, but it is followed by a harsh splitting of consciousness. Your awareness vacillates erratically between the physical world and the spiritual dimension of Aethys' body. Your soul glides amid the many trapped with Aethys. As your brilliant form passes by them, they call and reach out for help. Below Aethys' body, the volcano erupts. Molten rock rushes over the great Audra body, but does not slow its movement. Rathun rush to higher ground, but cannot outpace the lava, which overwhelms and consumes them as it rises. Your attention returns to the heart of Aethys' body. Deep within the whirling masses of souls, you again sense your own presence, the fragment that was taken from you. This time, you reach out to it as it reaches out to you. You meet somewhere in the great mass of Audra, the rest of the souls fading at the edge of your awareness. We are together again. Are you ready to be together again? Since we've parted, you've become someone else. I have become myself. When we join, we won't be ourselves anymore. Your senses yank back to your body, still in Aethys' hand. There is light, sunlight. He has emerged from Ashen Maw, the rim of the volcano and the great keep of the Rathun collapsing behind him. The Audra is barely visible through the thick lava covering his body, and still, he moves. The ocean is gone, water sucked away, leaving only the bare seabed glistening in an ominous silence. You summon the strength to turn your head. Through the cracks in the great god's fingers, you see a wall of water, taller than Nekataka, taller than Aethys, as tall as the moon. It comes with the rumbling of a terrible stampede. The wave slams into Aethys. His hand closes, protecting you from the devastation. Somewhere in your mind, you hear Andra screaming. You are back inside him, back with yourself. Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to the wheel? The soul observes you, waiting. I am. Good. Then this should be easy. seawater. The back of your mind pulls your attention back to your body. Aethys stands amid the now calm waves, Kraken futilely clinging to his limbs as he gingerly sets down your ship with one hand. He carefully opens his other, setting your body on the deck. As your head comes to rest, your vision rocks forward, pulled back into the Audra, back to your soul. Some of us is lost to him. Fragments and the empty spaces between them. They will always be a part of him. But we are still us. And it's time for us to go. Together. The soul rushes toward you, flying into you with ferocious speed. You are thrust back through the Audra, out of the palm of Aethys' hand, back into your body. You can feel the sensation of your skin, the warmth of the Audra, but you are not fully in control. The other soul struggles to reach the surface of the body's consciousness, but you pull it down. Entangled, you float in a dark, boundless expanse. The more you fight each other, the closer you become, until somehow, impossibly, every piece of you is touching every piece of them. Through the distant window of your eyes, you see Aethys push slowly against your ship. Though his touch is light, it is still the touch of a god. The ship lurches, rapidly tearing across the water southward. His hand pulls away from your ship's wake, his body straightening, towering overhead. The volcanic rock, now cooled and gently steaming, sloughs from his body as he moves. The Audra beneath is still immaculate, unmarred. He watches you depart, and you hear a voice in your mind as you sink deeper into the blackness of sleep.
Tell them what you have witnessed, Watcher. Tell them what is coming.
The windows of your eyes retreat into the distance. The fragment of your soul is so close to you in the darkness that you can't tell if its thoughts are separate from your own. Aethys is going to Ukaizo? He's going to stop the wheel? Aethys is going to Ukaizo. Aethys is going to Ukaizo. He's going to stop the wheel. The words repeat in your mind until they become an incessant, meaningless mantra. Involuntary meditation in the emptiness of your unconscious. When the words finally dissolve and become part of the darkness, you see a pinpoint of light. You no longer sense the other soul. No longer sense the person you were before Aethys touched you. You swim toward the light. As you come closer, the light becomes two blurry spots of radiance. You settle in behind your eyes and feel your lips already moving, mumbling. Around your body you sense familiar scents and sounds, voices raised in shock and alarm. You take control of your mouth, opening it wide and drawing a great breath.
Are we simply going to wait? What if she never wakes up?
Are those frilled collars stuffed in your ears? If the Watcher's mumblings are right, then Aethys is marching on Ukaizo. We have to move. He's seizing power from the very gods who betrayed him, destroying the wheel to make sure they never come back. It's a coup, and we have to muster the strength to stop it.
The unraveling of Kohopa from Tangaloa is our greatest test from the gods, I say. We must live to deserve the world they make for us.
Well, there is some life in her still, but I do not know how her senses fare.
It seems you've been talking in your sleep about Aethys's plan to destroy the wheel. Our friends here are understandably concerned.
Join our talks, I say. Rational discussion will gust away the ominous smoke rising from Ashen Maw. The Deadfire is no stranger to cataclysm. We can survive by cleaving to a shared purpose, a greater good, Akira. For what else did the gods place us here? We who have ships and resources enough to make a difference.
What we need is brass. Roatai has ships and cannons aplenty, but the only way I'm sending them is if...
Ships have formed the blockade around Queen's Berth. Their commander demands parley with Serpent's Crown.
What? But what about our ships? I must get a message through to the captains.
For what do our enemies paint a target on their hull? This is a stirring bid for my attention. Send word to my water shapers to drain the sea around the flagship. I would parley on better terms than this.
My queen! They fly the colors of pirates! The Principi are...
Well, what have we here? Forgive me, lovesome, but it looks like you're having a party. A rather fine one to which you didn't invite me.
You painted vagrants are a plague on my tribes. Why should I not hang you from the walls of my garden?
You should be asking yourself how they got in here in the first place.
Oh, I do love when they squabble. But I'm here for neither pleasantries nor entertainment. We've bigger fish to fry. Or should I say gods? Now everyone just calm down. I promise we won't fire on you at this time. Unless firstly provoked. That is, until once we've safely absconded from the city back to the high seas. Then all bets are off again, aye?
Yes, well, if you have a point, pirate, I suggest you reach it quickly.
We're supposed to take a bunch of pirates at their word?
Right you are. However, I'm here because I've got questions, ones that can't wait. And the Lovesome Watcher's the only one likely to answer them nicely.
Perkamplanka, this is nonsense. I have no intention of letting Ukaizo fall into the hands of plunderers and thieves.
Ukaizo? What's the lost city of gold got to do with the god on a rampage? Well, fuck if that doesn't put things into perspective. But what's that even mean in the long run? Folks who die won't be coming back again. This is all dark and foreboding sounding. But what's it mean for my soul? I mean, I like the idea of pirating throughout the Great Beyond as much as the next gal. But if, say, I got no awareness after I die, does it even matter what happens?
Ak, of course you have no interest past that of your eyes and your stomach. Let us speak now of what can be done. Must be done. Watcher, you know best of all of us what our options are. But, Watcher, you must have some solution. Some insight, at least. A weakness, or...
We have to act quickly. Defending Ukaizo is the highest priority. Our ships are fast and well-equipped. We could sail to the edge of Ondra's mortar. See if Aethys's passage opens a way through the storms. Of course, finding Ukaizo once we're through is another matter. That's so. You just might be able to save us.
We speak of collectively sailing for Andra's Mortar, but this crown will not support any plan that involves a single outsider ship landing on the shores of Ukaizo. It is for this moment that the gods test me. Anyone who seeks to cross Andra's Mortar will learn that the gates of Ukaizo are the end of compromise with the Huana.
But do you not see? Their attachment to this fanciful mythology outpaces all reason. They would risk everything, all for the sake of some misremembered past.
I think I'm getting the gist of it now. While these witless princocks go at each other's throats, we Principi will cut through the storms and plunder the City of Gold. Whatever Aothas is seeking in those ruins, we'll find it, and then we'll sell it to the highest bidder. That, or me and mine will have front row seats to the end of the world.
If the Huana cannot take back our beginning, then our end fast approaches. The gods will judge us by our devotion to Ukaizo.
Are you going to guard it as closely as you've guarded your palace today? Ukaizo was yours once, and you lost it. Meanwhile, the storms that cover Andra's Mortar plague Rauatai too. We will help the Watchers stop Aothas, but we will not leave our country's future in soft hands. We hope the Watcher agrees.
Watcher, there are two kinds of people in the Deadfire. Those who have called it home since time immemorial, and opportunists. With Ukaizo under our control, the Huana would restore order as it has not been seen since the days of our ancestors.
Order. And the only question is whether it will be the order of ignorance and tradition, or else of conquest. The secrets to be found in Ukaizo could elevate us all beyond the telling. I will not relinquish that dream so easily.
Watcher, I say the time to play at freelancing is at an end. Any of us could get you to Ukaizo, but only one of us will stand by your side.
Let's speak, Watcher, while we have the chance. I say it is not every day that a ship pulls into port from Margaren's teeth. You are not too singed, I hope.
Our enemies scramble for Ukaizo, dropping all pretense of strategy in their panic and haste. Ikera, both topics I know well. My sister would say that Ukaizo is the birth canal of the tribes, and we are destined to return and discover ourselves again. Ask Onikaza if you would know more. She is the family historian. I am the family arsenal. It is the same in the city as anywhere in the Deadfire. Mataru judge our souls at birth and organize us for the survival of the tribe. I am not the first to say it, but Nekataka has more walls than beaches, more roads than clearings, and more people than fish. Nowhere in the city does a Raparu sit around the same fire as a Mataru. Nekataka tests our traditions, I say. You speak as if it is not. Our ancestors built this place. We are the hermit crab who occupies a fallen shell. It is for my sister and her priest to judge the fit. It is the same in the city as anywhere in the Deadfire. Mataru judge our souls at birth and organize us for the survival of the tribe. I am not the first to say it, but nowhere in the city does a Ikera!
Ukaizo. We are actually going to Ukaizo. The tribes will look to me to bridge our past and our future. A heavy responsibility, I say. What do I want? The praise they showered on Ngati's chosen. Until now, it all seemed an empty gesture. Never a promise that I could fulfill. And I am no one's savior. It is not for an artist to save the tribes, I say. To work miracles. I want the tribes to grow on their own. My people deserve better than the promises of a handsome Ukaizo will show us the way. The tribes will find themselves again. I would discover what our ancestors forgot. The Covenant is more important than ever. I will give it thought. There is time enough for that, at least. Ukaizo should be the discovery of our lifetime. With the trading companies and the Principe ready to descend on each other, I wish the island had kept its secrets a while longer.
It pains me to see my boy so conflicted. Questions tear at his heart, and the ache reaches me even here. He so longs for his independence, but his people will not relinquish his destiny without a fight. Empires have fallen since I favored the Huana with power and wisdom. How they wield it is their choice. Just see that my boy comes to no harm.
There is much to consider, and little time to decide our course. I fear that we will see the path before us before we are ready to walk it.
But there's skill out there. Will no one help me?
Perhaps in a day or two. Prince Haruihi enjoys wild tales.
Say what you want about animancy, but it wasn't animancers who bound the Sea Dragon's soul beneath the Watershapers Guild.
Of course that was wrong. But imprisoning dragons has hardly spread the way animancy has.
That may have something to do with the availability of sea dragons, Aloth.
Or the unflagging ambition of animancers.
Hunter, do you come to serve your coin bond? There is great power in a promise kept, and great rewards. You have served your coin bond with distinction. Go and line your pockets with riches exchanged for promises fulfilled. I will do the same.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Could I have a moment of your time? I know someone who works in this tower. An animancer named Giaccolo. I'd like to see him if we could. Agrasim. It should not take long. I have not seen him in many years, and I wanted to thank him.
Is this a glimmer of sentiment from our Iron Paladin? What, I wonder, could this fellow have done to merit it?
When I was a girl, he visited me in the academy. He was studying godlike. Studying what was in our souls that made us different from other Keith. He found something in me. Something that resonated like a chime when he held an instrument near me. He said it was like this for all godlike. Different chimes resonating for different types. Indeed, he told me he was heavily influenced by Tooth's work. I'm impressed, Watcher. In any case, he told me it was what was causing my body to change. I begged him to remove it. He refused at first, saying it was impossible. When I told him I would kill myself if he didn't, he said he would try.
It's hard to stand apart, especially when those differences are not easily hidden.
I don't expect you to understand, but I was 12. My body was changing in many ways. Being the only girl, the only godlike girl at the academy, was unbearable. Agrasima. Giacomo was not able to remove the chime, but he was able to sever it. When it happened, I blacked out. I did not wake for 2 weeks. The Brotherhood ejected him from the academy for ruining their pet godlike. They assumed I would die. I did not. Over time, I lost most of my feathers. The shape of my nose changed. It was not enough to make me fully Kalbandra, but it was enough to keep me from wanting to die. When I looked in a mirror, what I saw was not a godlike. Not something to be paraded around. It was me. Finally, me. Yes, technically. The point is that it changed me. It saved me. This is important to me. Without Giacomo's help, I would be dead now. If we can speak to him inside the tower, I would be grateful.
Excellent timing. We're getting consistent readings, and I believe we're ready to try again. That is, if you're up for it. Clinging to certainty is a novice's mistake. We keep open minds here. But seriously, I think we're on to something. It's just the same as before. You focus on the Adra pillar, the machine gives you a boost. What can I do for you? Giacomo? Ak, I know him. He has a little laboratory for himself down in the gullet. His specialty is godlike. Claims he can detect them in the womb. Giacomo rents a room in Cozy, the Hole, which is that grimy tavern down below. Why he seeks to bury himself, you will have to ask him yourself. Not many animancers down there, so he should be easy to find, if they haven't stolen all his equipment. Or at Ogori. Great, to work everyone. Let's get this underway. And you, just relax, but also be sure to concentrate very carefully. Look for the next Adra pillar. Once you have the connection, just step through.
Kara, I say the Animancer's tower has seen better days.
Of course. Someone's up ahead.
There's a walloping! Is there yet?
Friends. What can I do? Absolutely. Happily.
Worth and rough!
Looks like trouble. This thing isn't doing... Ah!
Is that you?
thing isn't doing the...
Second?
Your aim is some improvement.
I'm here.
Please, cut me loose! Don't leave me here!
Indeed.
I did not believe my eyes. Ikira, Nagati has answered my prayers. Please help me. I do not know how it is you came by this place, but please, you must save us. Those animals ate him. My friend. I could only watch. Riku, who takes his life and spares mine. Please, let me free. I cannot stay here any longer. What? Oh, it is an old shrine to Nagati. The priests, they went to Neketaka, and now there are no guards on these roads. 2 days with a cart, I think? I am not sure, but how is it you do not know?
Tiverus? Incredible. We did it. We actually did it.
We are just merchants, traders. The lizards surrounded our wagon and dragged us here. Tamao is gone, but Dima, surely she is still here? Ikira, you have my thanks once again. They took someone else. But Dima, she must still be in the cages to the southeast. These creatures must have a key somewhere. Please help her. I think I will be sick. May Nagati guide you to calm waters.